Okay, today is the day. It's actually very windy. It's a little bit cold, but actually that's really good for a turbocharged car. Now, I'm not only here with this, I'm here with Chris. Hey! So we are going to be racing heads up, and the winner is going to keep the loser's car. I don't want your car. But I mean,
I don't want your car. I want my car.
So, okay. I want my car more than I want his car. So me keeping my car, that's gonna be a win enough for me.
That's the win. I want to keep my car too.
Exactly.
I'm here to keep my car. I have no use for your car whatsoever.
This build was, of course, sponsored by eBay Motors, and everything that we bought was bought on eBay. I think maybe, just maybe, one of us can get into the 10s.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So a lot has been done last night. And let's just go over what I did. And when I say I mean everybody. Everybody was all hands on deck with this car, just making sure that these things got to Bradenton Motorsports Park. That's where we are right now. As you can see, we have the screamer pipe nice and welded. This is not moving anywhere. We have a new spring in the blow-off valve. We have a 12 PSI spring, so that's gonna stay shut when we need it to shut and open when we need it to open. We did a lot of little things around the engine bay, like just put in bolts where there were no bolts. And on the inside, this looks really nice. So this Kirky is on the stock rails. That's really nice and tight. We have the bolt-in roll cage with the weld-in harness bar. We made sure that the harnesses are within spec as far as the angle, and we have a battery box to replace the battery box. Well, there was no battery box back there. It was just a battery with some jumper cables. So we made sure that that was as safe as possible. We also fixed the shifter. That shifter looks real good, and it shifts a lot nicer. I actually haven't taken it at speed, but that shifts just kind of stationary. It shifts a lot better. So we relocated our air-fuel ratio gauge down there because, well, we couldn't have any space on the A-pillar. But other than that, this car is almost as it was purchased, except for the fact that it has Hoosier slicks. These are bi-splice slicks. I used to have R888Rs on there, and those were just road racing tires, super hard sidewall, but this is super soft. I've never actually driven on these, so that should be interesting. But one thing I really want to point out is that we could not have done a more different challenge. So Chris got a small block Chevy, bored and stroked. He has an EFI setup. He has a nitrous. Look at the nitrous bottle in this thing. So he has a nitrous bottle in there. He's running a 250 shot, which means that he's going to get 250 extra horsepower on top of the engine, and that's going to be a lot of power coming out of this car. But the car also weighs a lot, but this car doesn't weigh anything. This is probably around the 2,000 pound mark, and this engine with this turbo makes around 600 horsepower. Hopefully it makes a little bit more than that, because it's well, it's pretty chilly out here, and turbos like that kind of weather. Right now, instead of going heads up, we're just gonna do some test passes, because neither of us have been to the track in many years, and neither of us have driven cars with this much power, so we don't even know how to do a burnout properly. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do some test passes just to see how the cars react, and then we're gonna give it the beans and see who comes out on top. Gotta give some gas. You're on the brake. Give her gas. You don't have to be on the brake. Jared knows something.
I think it's foul plugs. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right. okay. It's my first time doing this in such a high horsepower car, but I figure, how hard could it be? Now, I'm gonna do a burnout. Yay! So I have a little confession to make. The fastest front-wheel drive car I've ever driven was my Nissan Maxima, and I did take that to the track with a manual, but I didn't do a very good job. My best time was a 13.8. This, with a good driver, should do a 9-second run. I stalled. I'm not going to do any two-step to launch. I just want to see how this thing rides out. Okay, so this has zero traction. No traction at all. All right. No traction at the higher end when the turbo spools up after 6,000 RPM. That's going to take some getting used to. I'm going to need to get some heat in those tires. Those tires are very, very cold. Oh, if I can hook, Chris is in trouble. He is so in trouble. All right. So there's no power, and then 6,700 RPM hits, and then it's like all hell breaks loose. Like the entire world just goes into a blur. It's like, whoa, okay.
You could tell, like, you took off and we're like, all right.
Yeah, and then it was like,
right.
At the top of fourth. Like, I was at the top fourth.
You did 7.5 to the 330.
Okay.
330.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing any sort of...
You were 10 seconds in the 8th.
Okay.
But you did 15.1 and currently have high score.
What was my mile an hour, though?
107. As horribly as you shifted and as slow as you went.
So it turns out if you're going to buy a fast car on eBay Motors, just...
you buy a Honda.
You buy a Honda.
You buy,
a little rice cake.
Yeah.
You go real fast.
The one thing that
I got more practice to do.
The one thing that this car desperately needs is traction. It is great. There's no traction.
So get the tires.
Yeah, I need to get the tires a lot.
And you'll get it. So.
And I know what you're talking about the tires dancing around. I'm like, all right, okay, we're doing this.
So be a little further to the right too, and you can try to get more. Have the parking brake on for that too.
Parking brake.
When you go to do the second gear burnout, you have the parking brake, so you'll sit there.
Okay.
And you're going to walk less and get them going.
I was just scared of the axles braking.
Same time on the back end. So I am fairly certain this is why the guy sold the car. He built this
and then blew the engine.
Well, no, it was slow. Something, I don't know. So we can either, well, we're gonna get the timing light. We're gonna give it 5 degrees and give it one more chance. And then we try to find the nearest parts store and go back all NA.
At this point, I'm willing to do almost anything just to try and get down the track like a fast
reasonable
car.
Yeah.
I don't believe a 7.5 ever came out of this car.
No.
Because nothing we've done would make it slower to this level.
No, I mean, the NITROUS is working. It's working. I told you guys, it feels like it's running better and stronger just by like a fraction. You know what I mean?
You think the engine's just hurt or tired?
It's possible. I mean, it has a lot of blow-by.
I mean, but the plugs don't indicate oil. Who knows?
So even though I'm having a lot of problems with traction, it seems like Chris bought the wrong car. So all I have to do is make sure my car doesn't blow up, and I'm gonna win this thing. Try this again.
Burn out.
All right, let me try a launch. Things are just falling off all over the place. So, let me just tell you one thing about this car. It is impossible to control. There's that right pedal is just like, if you want the world to end, that's the pedal you press. Because after that, it's just, I was thrown clear. I don't know, I was out of the car at one point. It's just the most insane thing ever. Everything shakes. I've never seen a dash shake. The roll cage is shaking independently of the dash. This fell out.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know. Everything's
that
falling.
goes off your radio there.
It's like an airplane. Contents may have shifted during flight.
What do you think you did?
I think I did like a 15-1.
Well, you did 106 mile an hour
Okay, at a 17.
at a 13.45.
Every time I think like, oh, this car's pulling pretty good, then the turbo kicks in. You have to try this. I have no idea how to get this dialed in, because the problem, it's just grip. The second this thing spools up, that's it. That's nothing. I get nothing. It just dances around. And I got wheel hop in the top of third and fourth.
We need that weight plate, but we weren't able.
Weight plate would be really good. The problem is we needed smaller slicks, and to accommodate for the bigger slicks, we had to raise the suspension about 1 inch, which put the weight distribution kind of like back here where there's no weight. So you want all the weight in front, and it's just you're fighting grip. So I mean, at the end of the day, you should drive this car just to see, like, it's gonna blow up. And also, I think it hit like a boost cut or something. First of all, I don't know what the tack signal is, because it just goes right off the end of the scale. It's just like whop, 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 whop.
Oh, you're on the limiter the whole time practically.
Right. Okay, so doing a heads up race with Chris, and if I'm ever gonna send it, this is the time to send it.
Stalled and it won't restart.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's such bad luck for Chris. Has too many cylinders, you know, all you need is 4. I'm getting the point. They're not running anything. Chris's car is dead. all I have to do is keep my car together. But I think that's probably a solid low 13 maybe. Definitely needs a little less boost in third and more traction. But the car stayed together. Everything's fine. Oh, this Honda's so good. I can't believe I just bought everything on eBay for less than 9 grand. This definitely has a lot of potential. I am not the right driver for this, but it is just hilarious. I get to keep my car, and I also get to keep Chris's car. Woo! Well, okay, that was a lot of fun, and we've come to an understanding. If you watch Chris's channel, you'll see that, well, he just didn't want to get rid of his car, and I didn't want to make you give up your car.
It's my most expensive week in Florida ever.
So what we did is we took half the value of the car, which is around $3,000, and Chris is now going to donate that to a charity of his choosing. You said Mission 22?
Mission 22, yeah. They help veterans in need.
Yeah, so that's really awesome. But
what's awesome for you for not taking the money, because I offered to buy it from him, buy my car back, because I really want it.
Sure.
If you didn't see it, my engine blew up.
Oh,
my engine's blown.
So the engine's blown. So that's okay. It happens. That's what happens in races.
I had to blow right at the last pass. Like I could have done 2 earlier. He kept telling me like, let's just do a pass. Let's start the best of 3. Let's start the best of 3. And then the engine just literally crapped out from like.
No, let's do it right now. Yeah. So that's gonna be it. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully,
4th year in a row.
Yeah. Hopefully we can do something where we actually do run a 10 or 9 second pass. Thank you very much to Bradenton Motorsports Park. And also thank you to eBay Motors for sponsoring this entire series. And the eBay app will be down below. Well, the eBay Motors app. And we bought all the parts on eBay and the cars on eBay Motors. So that was all.
Next time we do a collab, we should sleep. We should plan it so we can go to sleep.
We should probably sleep. Okay. All right. So that's going to be it. Actually, that is not going to be it, because the MVP, as always, actually extra as always today, is this guy, Jared. So Jared toiled over Chris's car. He also helped my car quite a bit, because I kind of wussed out and went home last night at what, 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah, 4:30, and we got home at 7 in time to be back at the shop at 8 to load up. So
yeah, so we are team no sleep right now. But Jared, he's a, I mean, if you look at him, he's not very happy about things. But I figured I could make him happy, and he has his helmet, so he's gonna take my car on a drive, and you're not gonna break it, are you, Jared?
let's go 2 for 2.
Okay. No, let's not break my car. Okay. Jared, don't break my car.
Okay.
Hey Jared, remember that one thing that I asked you not to do? Break your car? No. Hey, remember when I said you should definitely slip the clutch and not just. Woo! Did you have fun?
Smile and tell right there.
That sounds good. All right, so that's it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. Thank you very much to eBay Motors. Thank you very much to Chris from BS for Build. Go check out his channel and his build. It really is something special. Everything will be in the link in the video description, but right now I have to put my Civic back on the trailer and take it home and see what Jared...
Hi.
See what Jared broke.
I'm here to help push. And it does make me feel better that both the cars broke.
Yes, now both of the cars are broken. So until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on cars like this, that Jared broke without having any fun, but he sort of still had fun anyway. You guys need to wrench everything. Actually, a little bit of a change of plans. I figured since we were in Bradenton and the car is a drag car, I figured I could leave it with a friend of mine. How you doing?
I'll take it. I've never owned one of these Hondas, but hey, brother.
Well, I figure, you know, you use V8s, and this is basically a V8, just 4 less cylinders, and what I mean, it's basically Leroy. It's just Leroy.
It's basically Leroy.
Just backwards, and the wrong wheels are driving it.
Everything the opposite.
Yeah.
Then it's Leroy.
Yeah. So
this is cool though. We'll dial it in for you. We'll do some drag racing, and then we'll have you back to drive it.
awesome,
So
awesome. Yeah. So this is going to be part of Cletus's fleet.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
Excited, dude.
Yeah, there we go. Woo! Can't wait.